Have you ever heard of good cholesterol? Does that sound like an oxymoron, or like those two words shouldn't go together? Well, I'm here today with Dr. John Osborne, who's going to help us understand what is good cholesterol.
Thank you, Scott.
So, what is good cholesterol, Dr. Osborne?
So we have bad cholesterol, which is the stuff that helps to contribute to the formation of plaques in our blood vessels. But fortunately, God also gave us good cholesterol, which is the good cop. And it actually helps to scrub those blood vessels, whether you want to think of it as a garbage truck, whether they're scrubbing bubbles. I like to think of it that way. But the higher the good cholesterol, the better the chance that we can actually help to remove the cholesterol from the blood vessels. And the higher we get that, generally we can even help to reverse plaque in the blood vessels.
Wow. So on a lab test, what is it called?
It's called HDL cholesterol, or high density lipoprotein. Or as I tell my patients, HDL is the good or the happy or the heavenly cholesterol, and you want the heavenly cholesterol high.
All right, got it. So what's some numbers? Let's run some numbers. If I'm living in Africa or South America or China, and I'm very active and I'm very physically out there, what is my HDL cholesterol going to be?
Probably in those kind of societies, under those conditions, your HDL cholesterol will probably be 70.
70. What is the average in America today?
Well, average American male, about 43.
Oh my goodness.
Average American female, about 55.
Okay, well that seems like quite a difference.
So we're suffering from a deficit of good cholesterol.
Okay, how do I get it up? How do I get my HDL cholesterol closer to 70?
There's several ways to improve it. One of the things is, I call it vitamin E.
Vitamin E, which is?
Exercise.
Exercise, okay. What kind of exercise makes your HDL go up?
Well, any kind of exercise is good, but particularly aerobic exercise, but also exercise resistance training. And in fact, different kinds of exercise can sometimes have little different effects on the cholesterol. But in general, anything that we do every day that gets our heart rate up, that gets us hot and sweaty, will help us to improve and increase our HDL cholesterol on the exercise front.
That's great. You know, there's a study I saw recently where they were talking about people who lifted weights. And you know, if you take a weight and you lift it, you shorten the muscle, that does a certain amount of good. And then when you go down, if you go slowly, as the muscle stretched back out, it was that second part of the stretch that really drove your HDL way up.
Absolutely. In fact, there was a study where they looked at people walking uphill versus downhill. So downhill would be the equivalent of that. So you actually had a better effect on your HDL if you were walking downhill.
So drive your car to the top of the mountain, walk down, get your friend to pick you up, go back up, and it's all good. Huh?
There you go.
All right. So what are some things that we can do in addition to diet and exercise? I know we haven't talked about diet. In diet, I understand there are certain fats that you can eat that will actually make your good cholesterol go up.
Yes. So the kind of fats that will improve the good cholesterol are actually omega-3 fatty acids. We call them fish oil. Flaxseed oil is a kind of plant-based omega-3 fatty acids. But those are things in our diet that improving and increasing those things in our diet will actually help us to increase our HDL cholesterol.
Okay, very good. Do nuts, avocados, olive products, are they involved in the monounsaturated fats? Do they help also?
Absolutely. So avocados are high in fat, but the kind of fat they have is good fat for us, in addition to being high in potassium and high in fiber. So avocados really are wonderful food. They should not be avoided. They should be part of a healthy diet. Nuts are very, very good. Almonds and walnuts actually have the highest amount of the omega-3 fatty acids. Again, olive oil, which we should be using in our cooking, has lots of omega-9 fatty acids, which again is good as far as helping to give us optimal cholesterol levels.
Okay, so I've got the exercise going. I'm eating my avocados, olives, and nuts. What is something else I could do to raise my HDL?
Another thing is fish. So fish has lots of these marine-based omega-3 fatty acids. So salmon, tuna, trout, mackerel, basically cold water fish, particularly the wild ones. The farmed have much less omega-3s, but the cold water fish have lots of omega-3 fatty acids. They're high in protein. They're low in simple carbohydrates, and they're really excellent food for us to eat.
Just don't put too much tartar sauce on, right?
No question.
That's got
And
the
don't
bad
fry
fat in it. Yeah,
Fried
don't fry it.
fish,
Okay.
you've violated all the benefit.
Okay, are there any medicines or vitamins that we can use to raise our good cholesterol, HDL?
Interestingly, one of the most effective vitamins/medicines that we have is actually niacin. It's vitamin B3, but given it very at large doses, vitamin B3 or niacin is very effective in raising HDL. It can raise your HDL by 30 to 40%.
Okay, so if I want my HDL to protect my blood vessels, if I'm a woman, what do I want my HDL to be above?
Above 60.
And if I'm a man and I want it to be protective, what would I need to get to?
Above 50.
Okay, and if it's lower than what number in a woman should I really take note and do something?
Anything below 50 in a woman is low.
And in a man?
40.
Okay, so I will get my blood vessel, my cholesterol checked and keep my HDL or good cholesterol up, and I will not develop nearly as much plaque, which decreases my risk of heart attacks and strokes. Is that right?
No question.
Thank you, Dr. Osborne. Sure appreciate you in elucidating that for us today.
Thank you very much, Scott.
And thank you for being here for the CVTV discussion on good cholesterol.